Hi, in today's video I will be making the world's first wooden ripstick. I started off by preparing the pieces that would become the board's two decks. The pieces were cross-cut to length, then glued together to give me enough width. After the glue was dry, I traced and cut out the shape for the front and back sections of the board, followed by some sanding to remove the bandsaw marks. With that done, I cut out some small walnut pieces that would get inlaid into the board's deck to make it look more appealing, as well as more like an actual ripstick. Used a Dremel to router out the inlaid sections. This process took a very long time, so I only showed doing the one half. The walnut pieces were then glued into the routed out sections and leveled off by a hand plane. The next step is creating the centerpiece that connects the two halves, as well as giving it the twisting motion that causes it to work. I mounted it on my lathe and began turning. Once it was round, I turned the middle section smaller than the outside. This is so that the two halves of the RipStik won't come apart when riding. If this doesn't make sense now, it will later on. I then sanded and polished it with a paste wax so that it would be able to spin more easily. Then I cut out a section where the turn centerpiece would fit into. I finished off the cutout by chiseling to my line, since that is more accurate. I then went ahead and did the same thing on the other section. Now I'm creating the pieces that will go on top of the section I just finished cutting out and will hold the whole board together. These will be going over top of the turn centerpiece, so I have to cut out the matching shape. First, I drilled holes to remove the bulk of the waste and finished off with chiseling. In case you're wondering, I'm using Narix chisels, and they make for an extremely good affordable set. If you want to check them out, there'll be a link in the description along with a few other things used in this video. I only showed cutting out one of the 4 pieces because this step also took quite a while. Now I can start assembling the board. I glued one of the pieces I just finished in the last section on the top half of the board. Then I gave the bottom edges a 45-degree chamfer. With the walnut centerpiece in its slot, I screw the bottom section to hold it in. I decided to use screws instead of glue for the bottom in case something didn't work right and I had to take it apart to fix it. And now you can see how the two halves can rotate. The next step involved making two angle blocks that would hold the caster wheels at the correct angle. These got glued on, then I drilled a hole for the bolt to attach the wheels. I originally planned to make the wheels out of wood as well, but decided against that since they wouldn't be able to provide the necessary friction to propel the board forwards. Next, I shaped the board using a wood rasp and sanded it all up. Lastly, I gave it a number of coats with a wipe-on poly. Now this video wouldn't be complete without me showing you that it actually works, so here is a test ride. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you didn't miss out on more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.